What would you do if you discovered the money meant to save someone was fueling their downfall? I stood in the kitchen, clutching the phone, Mom's voice trembling with urgency. Lila, you have to help your brother. He's behind on rent $4,500. If he doesn't pay by Friday, he's out on the street. Her words carried the weight of a mother's desperation, the kind that makes you feel like you're drowning in someone else's choices. Ethan, my younger brother, had always been the charming one, the one who could talk his way out of anything: detentions, bad grades, even Dad's stern lectures before he passed. But now, at 22, his charm was running thin, and Mom was still bailing him out. I wired the money that night, draining my savings. It wasn't just about helping Ethan. It was about sparing Mom the heartbreak of watching her baby boy fail. She'd always seen him as her golden child, the one destined for greatness despite his reckless streak. I told myself it was a one-time thing. Ethan would get his act together. He'd promised her he'd find a steady job, move out of that rundown apartment, and start fresh. I believed it because I wanted to believe it. But deep down, a nagging doubt gnawed at me. 2 weeks later, I got a call from his landlord. Ethan hadn't paid a dime. The $4,500? Gone. Vanished like smoke. My stomach churned as I drove to his place in the city, a grimy building with flickering hallway lights and the faint smell of stale beer. I pounded on his door, my heart racing with a mix of anger and dread. When he opened it, he looked like he hadn't slept in days. Hair mussed, eyes bloodshot, but wearing a brand new designer jacket that screamed money. Lila, what's up? He said, flashing that infuriating grin. Ethan, where's the rent money? I demanded, stepping inside. His apartment was a chaotic shrine to excess. A shiny new gaming console sat on the coffee table, surrounded by empty energy drink cans. A stack of high-end sneakers lined the wall, and a receipt for a $300 nightclub tab peeked out from under a pizza box. My blood boiled. This is what you spent it on? This. I gestured at the mess, my voice shaking. He shrugged, mumbling about needing to live a little. I wanted to scream, to shake him until he saw sense, but instead, I took a deep breath and made a decision. Mom needed to know. I invited her over the next day, bracing myself for the fallout. When she walked in, her eyes widened at the sight of Ethan's apartment. She'd always pictured him struggling but trying, not living like some wannabe influencer on a spending spree. Ethan, how could you? She whispered, her voice breaking. He tried to charm his way out, spinning a story about investing in himself, but I cut him off. I showed her the receipts, the luxury purchases, the proof that her sacrifice and mine had been squandered. Tears welled in her eyes, and for the first time, I saw her faith in him crack. But this wasn't just about exposing Ethan. It was about saving him and us. I sat them both down, forcing a conversation we'd avoided for years. Ethan's recklessness wasn't new. It was a pattern, enabled by Mom's endless forgiveness and my reluctant compliance. We can't keep doing this, I said, my voice steady despite the lump in my throat. Ethan, you're not a kid anymore. You need help, not handouts. Mom nodded, her face a mix of grief and resolve. We agreed to set boundaries. No more money until he sought counseling and a job. It was tough love, the kind that hurts to give but heals in time. Over the next months, Ethan stumbled but started to change. He got a part-time job at a warehouse, attended therapy, and sold some of his investments to cover rent. Mom and I rebuilt our trust, not just in him, but in each other. It wasn't perfect, but it was progress. The $4,500 was a painful lesson, a wake-up call that forced us to face the truth. Love doesn't mean enabling. It means holding each other accountable, even when it breaks your heart. And sometimes, showing someone their mistakes is the only way to help them find their way back.